Carol G's back in the building, huh?
Shout out to Carol G. I love you, baby.
Damn, I blinked and my contact moved, and everything just got blurry for a second. Let me go ahead.
I'm not that old. I don't need.
You don't need contacts and glasses? I bet you do, dog.
I bet you I know what this is. Monster. Please sponsor us.
He thought he could see 4 strangers just standing at the edge of their property.
Yeah, I would've got it.
And they're just standing there staring at their property, just standing there. He peeks over and he sees a large man trying to break in through the back door. So when the dog sees it, the dog goes crazy and starts rushing the door. Melinda was laying on the floor. She had been stabbed 37 times.
Wow.
And she was also shot 3 times. They solved this case in 4 days, dog. And when they went public about who killed Melinda, the whole city was shocked. What's going on? What's going on, late night family? We back in the building, bringing you another exciting episode of Late Night Conversations with Unc and Nephew. I am your host, King J, also known as Nephew, and to my left is the co-host,
JR, Big Onk.
What's up, Big Onk?
Shit, nice weather.
Oh, it's a beautiful weather outside,
I
dog.
couldn't wait for this, man.
Dog,
I worked in a t-shirt at work like nothing.
Oh, hell yeah. I know, I wore shorts.
Well, we can't wear
for
shorts
the first time today. I wasn't working, but
oh yeah, we're off today. Huh?
These leg hairs felt a nice breeze on them. It felt good. I don't got much of them, but it's there.
Yeah, I'm the same, but it was nice, man. Compared to what was this past week, man.
Yeah.
We talked about last week how we just tired of this.
Tired of this cold weather, man.
Yeah.
Well, man, I got an exciting episode tonight planned out for you, man. I got a true crime story again.
Bring it.
It's a good one, dog. And before we start, well, remember last week,
right?
I had said that story inspired the Scream franchise. So they haven't made a true connection yet, but I'm making the connection that this true crime story inspired The Strangers.
Oh, really?
You remember The Strangers?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, come knocking at the door.
They say, well,
why
are you doing this? Because you were home.
Yeah, you were home,
hey,
yeah. And that's, I think that's a part of a lot of our serial killers is some are looking at
like
people.
Motive driven.
But people just, some killers just go to a house and if you're there, it's over with.
Yeah,
you know?
facts.
You know,
yeah, like last week, that dude was doing them at random.
At random.
So it's like.
Yeah, he didn't have a specific gender,
motive.
male, female.
He was just killing whoever's in his way. That's facts, dog. That's facts. So today, man, this one is going to be, it's a shorter one, I believe, but it's a good one, dog.
Okay.
And to me, like I said, I believe it inspired The Strangers. So you see this family right here. I'm going to put it up
I see it.
Right here in the podcast. This picture that I'm showing you. Typical American family,
it's
right?
It's typical, man. I mean, is that a tree? Christmas tree?
Yeah, it's a Christmas tree in the background. It's a family, you know.
Like a mother, father, and a son with the wife and a baby. And is he the younger son? Or?
Yeah, that's their younger son. And, look, typical American family.
Yeah.
One of these family members is hiding a dark secret. And I'm going to leave it there.
I can almost tell who it is, but I'm not going to say nothing because I don't know the story and I don't want to get it right.
Can we just give a guess? Can I guess first? Because this was my guess, and I'll let you guess. Let me see if I can just zoom in right here. That's who I think it is. Bam, dog.
He does look like a serial killer to me. I know we said yesterday, how you going to tell that look like a serial killer?
Yeah. And he's going bald, dog. That might be a motive, man. He might be mad at the world.
Because I don't know what the story's about, dog. I want to say the middle child, the daughter. That's what I was thinking. Because that's the daughter, right?
Yeah, this is, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, because it looks like that's the mom, daughter, and son.
Yep.
Or 2 daughters and a son, and then son-in-law. I'm not sure what it.
Yeah, son-in-law. This is son-in-law.
Okay, so
this
it's 2 daughters and a son.
Yeah, and then this is their son. He has Down syndrome.
And I didn't want to bring that up because I thought maybe the picture was just blurred.
Yeah.
You know, and I didn't want to say something like that and then get piss people off when the picture goes up and
you don't
have it, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, exactly.
But
Yeah, he does have Down syndrome.
I'm thinking the middle child, the brunette.
Yeah, look at that smile, dog. That's something. And look at them eyes.
She looks like, yeah, she can fuck some people up.
Well, let's find out.
But then the son-in-law looks a little weird too.
He did look a little weird, didn't he?
Yeah.
He looked like that dude from Good Burger.
Oh,
like
he
the boss.
did. Yeah, he did.
All right, man. Well, this is the family with a secret. Let's just jump right in, bro. So, Strongsville, Ohio in 2017, which was one of the safest cities in Ohio. But all that was going to change in 2017.
Okay.
So, let's back up to early 2016. Two longtime residents named Melinda and Bruce Pleskovic received some exciting news from their 20-year-old daughter and 20-year-old son-in-law named Jeff. And that killed me, dog, because when I was doing the research, I thought of Cheech and Chong's and have a son-in-law named Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that's their son-in-law named Jeff. So, they told them that they were going to be grandparents, and it was a girl. They were super excited, but knew that Anna and Jeff had no money. She had a job, and she was a waitress, Anna. She was a local Applebee's waitress.
Okay.
And Jeff had a better job. He was a service technician for like HVAC and stuff.
Yeah.
But he really didn't have enough money to support Anna and his future child. Anna was actually still living at home with her parents, with Bruce and Melinda.
Okay.
And Jeff was living with his folks at home. So around that time that they were, telling them that they had a baby, the Bruce and Melinda got together and said, hey, let's go ahead and invite Jeff to move in with us so that way they can take care of the baby here at home. They'll have a place to stay.
Okay.
They don't have to worry about bills. They can stack their money up, and we'll help out with our granddaughter.
Right.
And so that's what they did. It took several months, but in June of 2016, they welcomed their daughter as well as moved fully into the Pleskovics. You would think that everything would be storybook type, fairy tale, happily ever after.
Right. Well,
but soon after, go ahead.
No, I'm saying.
Sorry.
I mean, it's typical, right?
Right, typical, exactly. Typical, you moved in, now everything's going to be peachy keen, right? Is that how you say it, peachy keen? I've never used that word before.
True, but peachy keen.
Peachy keen.
Yeah.
I think that sounds right.
Yeah,
that sounds right.
I've never used it either, dog, but, I
don't even know where that came from, right? dog. I don't even know where that came from.
I think I've only heard it once, dog, so it's twice now.
Okay, so...
That picture king got me, but hey.
I know that did jack me up. So, you would think... Okay, let me... That was funny, dog. So, you would think... everything would be storybook type, fairy tale, happily ever after. But soon after Jeff moved in, he himself and the others in the family started experiencing some really scary and dark activity as soon as he moved in. A few days after moving in, Jeff and Anna were home alone having dinner. And while eating, Jeff just so happened to kind of look out. So on their main floor of the house, they had the kitchen towards the back, and they had a big back wall with windows all in it, looking out the back of the property. So while him and Anna were having dinner, he just so happened to kind of lean back and look out the window, and he thought he saw something strange. And the way their backyard was set up, dude, it was massive. And it kind of led into like a foresty type area.
And that's what I was going to ask. Was it like open to like a little forest?
Yes.
Rubbish or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, you're right, bro. It's basically, I guess what they call it is a communal backyard. So there's houses in a row,
around, and
they all have the same backyard, pretty much. No fence.
Yeah.
See, you already know. So exactly. See, because I didn't know what a communal backyard was. But yeah, so everything was it's an expansion outward, and it kind of leads into like a foresty area. He thought he could see 4 strangers just standing at the edge of their property.
Yeah, I would have got up.
And they're just standing there staring at their property, just standing there. It looks like they're like smoking or something. So he's just like, man, what the hell? He thinks it's like some kids or something. So he walks closer to the window, and As soon as he gets to the window, he's like, yeah, it is. It's 4 people. They're just standing at the edge of our property.
Right.
So he tells Anna, hey, come check this out. So she goes out there, and as soon as she comes and looks at the window, those people start moving closer to the house.
Oh, shit.
4 of them. And they start like tampering with the trampoline in the backyard, and they're just walking closer to the house. So Anna gets freaked out, and she says, you know what? Let's call the police. So she calls the police, and by the time the squad car got there, those 4 people ran off into the forest.
Okay.
So the cops get there. They kind of search around the property. He told them that they were smoking, so he looked for like cigarette butts by where they were standing.
Right.
They didn't see any. So they just told him, hey, look, I mean, there's nothing we can do. If anything else happens, give us a call back and we'll come back out. So he said, okay. So fast forward 5 months. Anna's home alone one night playing with her daughter. And she starts to hear like the doorknob to the back door rattling and rattling. So she in her mind, I guess, nothing weird. Maybe one of my parents are home or her family member's home, So she gets up and she walks to the back. And right before she gets to where the kitchen is, to where the back door is at, she's in one part of the house where there's a window that overlooks the back door.
Back door, yeah.
So she kind of peeks through the blinds of the window, and there's a large man standing outside the door, like frantically trying to open the door.
Like a neighbor?
She don't know.
She don't know who it was.
She don't know who it was. She just is kind of like, who the hell is that? And I guess when she freezes and looks, he saw the light come from the window, and he looks, and he just ducks down. And he just ran off the property.
Oh, man.
And so she gets scared, and so she runs back in. She grabs her phone. She calls the cops. And the cops get there, and they search, and there's nothing. So, again, they say, sorry, I mean, there's not much we can do.
Exactly,
just keep your eye out. If anything else strange happens, call us back. We'll come back. Okay? Her parents get home. She tells them, and they're like, that's weird. And so they're kind of comforting her, like, hey, and she tells them, man, well, me and Jeff saw 4 strangers overlooking the other night, and they're like, well, it might be one
So at this point, it's just them 2 who's seen anybody. Nobody else has seen them.
Yeah, now it's just them 2. And so the parents are like, maybe it's connected. We'll just keep an eye out, okay? So they start speculating if it's connected to the first sighting. So they were like, man, who would want to hurt us or who would want to break into our house? It's obvious they keep coming back.
I was going to say it's weird because it's months apart, not days or weeks. It's months.
Yeah, it's like it happened and then nothing and then it happened again.
Right.
And so they kind of speculate. But here's the deal, this family didn't have enemies, man. They were actually adored in the community. Okay. So they were a great family, man. The town loved especially Melinda, the mom. She had been a teacher for over 20 years.
Oh, okay.
And she was a very well-known soccer coach because she played in college.
Right.
She was really good in her city. And they also had a child with Down syndrome.
Right.
Which is their kid, Kyle. And he was nonverbal. So,
okay.
So, with him having Down syndrome, man, he was nonverbal. He really couldn't, communicate.
Right.
And the city loved how Melinda handled him. I mean, she was
his caregiver regardless.
Yes, and he loved her, dude.
Right.
He loved Melinda.
Right.
He was always smiling in the city with her, and even though he couldn't communicate with her, he knew, you would just know that he loved his mom.
Right.
And so, the family was adored, so they couldn't really think of anybody that would hurt them, so they said, you know what, we'll just remain vigilant and just see what happens.
Right.
The family was on edge, always checking windows, looking at their property in fear that the strangers would return. And sadly, they did. 2 months after the incident with Anna, someone broke into Bruce's car and stole his laptop. And they called the police.
Bruce is the dad?
The dad, yes. They broke into his car, stole his laptop, and they called the police. And, of course, the police search around. Again, they look, they search the property. And, again, they say, I'm sorry, guys. Like, they're like, I'm sorry, guys. There's nothing we can do. We can't find anybody. Just, again, call us, and we'll come back out here.
Okay, being an officer of the law, which I'm not.
Right.
Okay, you've been calling us.
This is their 3rd time now.
3rd time in so many months. Obviously, it's time to investigate deeper. Why? If there's nobody else being targeted, no other residents are having complaints.
Right.
Then it's time to investigate. That's I guess me being crime junkie or whatever.
Right.
It would be like, hey, it's time to investigate. Why are these people being targeted? Not investigate them.
Yeah.
But what's happening in that they're the ones that are being
exactly
people trying to come in,
kind of break in and breaking into their car and
right.
Dude, I thought the same thing. I'm like, why haven't they put somebody on patrol all night?
I was gonna say, patrolling, have more patrol cars passing by instead of just at random.
Yeah. But then again, I did think, well, this is happening in months, so I'm wondering if maybe they do for a couple of days and don't see nothing, so they stop and then it happens again and then, because it looks like it's happening on a month-to-month basis. So it's just crazy, dog. So, okay. Nothing they can do about that. A few months later in July, Anna was looking out the back window one night as she was walking to the kitchen. And again, in the same spot where they saw the 4 strangers, she saw 3 people standing in line at the edge of their property.
Okay.
Again, just standing, staring at the property. And so she yells out to Jeff. Man, he gets pissed. He's tired of people messing with his family. His girl, his daughter's in here. Right. So he grabs a flashlight and storms out the back of the house. He takes off with the flashlight because he's going to confront them like, what the hell is y'all's problem? Well, whenever he gets about halfway through the yard, they see the light and they take off. They turn around and boom, hightail out the back.
Right.
Back into the tree line.
So coward, basically.
Yeah, they're just cowardly, man. So he just goes back in. They call the police. Police show up. They do an extensive search of the back of the tree line, and again, nothing. The cops again say, we're sorry. We can't find anything.
You know what? Take your butt and go deeper into the,
Yeah, do more. Yeah. If I'm the homeowner, bro, no, something's happening.
Yeah.
And so, hey, call us back if y'all need us.
Okay. I'll be calling every 30 minutes.
So, the following month in August, Anna's home again with her daughter and her mom when she starts to hear someone trying to rattle and open the back door again. So she grabs her daughter and she kind of peeks down the hall, right where the back door is, so she has a visual of the door. And as soon as she looks into the door, she screams. She sees 2 large, as she's just described them to the cops, she sees 2 large adults trying to break into the house.
Males?
Furiously, yeah, males. It looks like males, 2 big men.
Okay.
Furiously trying to open the door, rattle it. And so she screams, and Melinda upstairs hears her daughter, so she rushes downstairs. What's going on? Mom, somebody's trying to break in. There's 2 guys in the back. So again, they call the police, and as soon as the squad car pulls up, them guys hightail and tuck tail and run.
Yeah.
And so again, the police search the property. Nothing. So again, they say, we are sorry.
I would have brought
There's nothing
the canine
we can do.
And sniffed the back door. And
exactly right.
I mean, there's more than they can do than they're offering to me.
That's what I'm thinking. And I'm like, maybe it's because this police force hasn't had to face something like this. Because, like I said, it was a real safe town in Ohio. And maybe that's what it had something to do with it. Something new, so they didn't know how to handle. Yeah. And so, again, there's no answers. Okay, so the following month, this is going on, dog. Month to month
that's July, August, now we're September.
The following month, one of Melinda's car keys goes missing. And whoever has her car key is using it to mess with Melinda. So they start her car at random times of the night, and they're just setting off the car alarm just randomly at 7 a.m., 3 in the morning, just random. And they start noticing that they're starting to get a collection of nails getting smashed into Bruce's tires, like as he's backing up.
Yeah.
And he's getting flats
after
they're
flat.
nailed. People are hammering nails.
So somebody's playing with these people, obviously.
Yeah, it looks like somebody's targeting this family for something.
Right.
And so at this point in my investigation, I'm like, well, one of these family members, man, what are they hiding that they're getting targeted? Or that's what I'm thinking from my perspective.
Right. Why them?
Why are they getting targeted? If they're loved by the community. So, and when I was reading that one of the family members had a dark secret, I'm like, man, I wonder if they're hiding something.
Well, I was going to say, maybe there's a secret that they're holding, and some of these people are like, no, we're tired of you not being who you say you are.
Right.
Sometimes, hypocrites are, I'm not saying they're hypocrites, because I don't know the story, but obviously there's a reason why they're targeted.
Yeah, exactly. That was my thinking. Well, and so,
But there are some evil people out there that just do random shit for
just for the hell of it.
Just for fun, yeah.
Yeah, that's facts. So, dog, they call the police, and they come.
Once again,
they search the car. They look for any footprints. I mean, they look for anything possible that can.
They're doing more now.
Now they're searching the cars. They're looking. They're checking around the property again, the tree lines, and nothing, man. So of course they call and they're gone. So Melinda's getting frustrated because obviously somebody's playing around with them. So she goes on Facebook and creates a Facebook post and just kind of like, hey, someone stole one of my car keys. They're messing with us, starting my car at random times. Just please, like, whoever's doing it, can y'all please leave us alone, please?
Right.
And sadly, that didn't work either. So a month later, on
this
October,
is on a monthly basis. So
yeah, this is like every month. So a month later, on October 19th, Jeff is home alone, and he starts to hear the back door rattling. So he grabs the family dog. He peeks over, kind of like where Anna was at in the living room. There's a hallway leading to the back door. He peeks over and he sees a large man trying to break in through the back door. So when the dog sees it, the dog goes crazy and starts rushing the door. And so as soon as the dog takes off, Jeff chases after the dog, and that man who's on the other side of the door hears the dog, and takes off running back to the tree line.
Yeah, I would open the door and let the dog
tear his ass up. Yeah. And so, again, he calls the cops, tells them what's going on. They come out and do another search, dog.
Right.
And again, same result, man. Just call us back. I mean, there's not much we can do. At this point, they're just saying that there's not enough to do anything about it. Like, we don't have enough to go off of.
Right.
And so 4 days later, man, and here's where a twist starts setting in. 4 days later, on October 23rd, Jeff and his daughter and Bruce. So Jeff, his little girl, and then Bruce, the husband, they all went to go eat at the Applebee's where Anna was working at.
Right.
And they went so Anna could wait on them, be their waiter. Just go see her, and they spend time as a family. So they eat and everything. Then they go home. So Bruce was the first at the door. He gets there. He unlocks the door. He knocks. He knocks on the door, and their son Kyle was home with Melinda. So Kyle comes and opens the door, and he opens the door for him. And Bruce walks in, and then Jeff follows in behind with the daughter, holding his daughter.
Right.
So Bruce and Jeff walk in. They walk in the house. They walk towards the kitchen because they got to get through the house.
Right.
They get into the kitchen, and they look. Something looks like it's on the ground, like something's on the floor. So Bruce flips on the light switch, and as soon as he flips on the light switch, Jeff grabs the little girl, his daughter, and then grabs Kyle, and he runs out the house.
At the front door?
Yeah, out the front door. He gets to the front yard, he pulls out his phone, he calls the police. And he actually gets on the phone with the police, and he sounds like he's in shock, bro. Like, he can't fathom what just happened.
Southwest 911, what's the address of your emergency?
Somebody's been attacked in my house.
Somebody's been what?
Attacked.
What's the address?
Home.
They attacked who? Who was attacked? Someone get my fires.
Mel Pleskovic. Mel Pleskovic was attacked.
Right, mine's in shock.
His mind is in shock.
What it is, but you will in a minute.
He's in shock, dog. He don't understand what is going on. Well, back in the house, Bruce is with his wife. That's who's on the floor. She's been in a puddle of blood. She's been stabbed and has gunshot wounds, and she's laying there dying.
Oh.
And so while Jeff was on the phone outside with the police, Bruce himself called the police officers. And as soon as they got on the phone, he kind of tells them, man, I think somebody killed my wife. Y'all need to get out here to the address. He's like, y'all dropped, he's just saying y'all dropped the ball on this one.
Right.
911, what's the city of your emergency?
Strongsville, Ohio. We have people on the way already.
What's the address?
Blazing Star. I think someone killed my wife.
You think someone killed your wife?
Yeah, it looks like she has stab wounds on her back. We've had people trying to break in our house all year.
Sir, I understand, sir. I need to ask you questions, okay? Are you there right now?
I just got in the door with my new son-in-law. My son was here with her.
Sir, what I want you to do is walk outside and stay in the front. Okay?
We've asked people to watch our frickin' area. We've had people attempt to break in just this week.
Sir,
I don't know what's going on in this city,
Sir,
but this is getting done here.
I understand you're upset, but can you give me your name, please?
No, you
Sir,
people dropped the.
sir, can you just take it?
You know, he don't sound too like in shock. He sounds pissed off at the police department.
Right, and not
and
not
Jeff,
distraught
yeah,
over
not
his
distraught.
wife.
He just sounds kind of he's mad.
Right.
Jeff sounds like he's real distraught. He don't know how to process it. And so, of course, the cops come, bro. They come out in force, bro. They come out in force with this case. The investigators come out because, bro, they have been calling about this case for many, many months. Now, bro, it spanned pretty much some of last year of 2016 and 2017. It's
so
pretty
they're
much
back to 2017.
Yeah, they're back. Yeah, it's 2017, dog, and now they're 2 years dealing with these break-ins and people standing in their yard and stuff. And so, bro, Melinda was laying on the floor. She had been stabbed 37 times.
Wow.
And she was also shot 3 times. They rushed her to the hospital, and she passed later that night. But right after her passing, like I said, they came out in force with this case, and man, they were able to solve this case in 4 days.
Oh, they did.
They solved this case in 4 days, dog. And when they went public about who killed Melinda, the whole city was shocked.
Okay.
The whole city.
Okay. Now I have my theories, but
check this out. Back on October 23rd, before the family went to Applebee's, Jeff was home with his daughter, Melinda, and Kyle. So Jeff, his daughter, Melinda, the mom, and Kyle, the boy with Down syndrome. They were home. At some point, Jeff got his daughter, put her in the playpen. Then he walked into the kitchen where Melinda was at. He pulled the knife out and stabbed her 37 times.
Jeff did?
Jeff. He stabbed her 37 times.
See, he just threw me for a loop.
Told you, dog.
Dude, you just threw me for a loop. Go ahead. God damn.
Jeff stabbed her 37 times, and when she fell on the floor, he pulled the gun out and shot her 3 times just to confirm she was dead. He then went into the room. He got his daughter, got in the car, and drove to Applebee's. And left Kyle, the boy with Down syndrome. He left Kyle with his dying mother in the house. So they're in the same house, but he has no clue.
He's
nonverbal.
Nonverbal.
He has no clue what's going on. So he's probably just in the room, just just chilling. Like he don't even know his mom was just murdered in the kitchen. Right. Jeff gets in the car. He drives to Applebee's, has dinner with the family like usual.
So he's already cleaned himself up and
everything. Yeah. He after he got done, he cleaned him up and changed clothes, and like I said, he got his daughter. He's acting like normal. They're on the way home together with Bruce. He knows what Bruce is about to walk into, and yet he's still.
So he played it off really good when he was on the phone, like if he was so distraught.
If he was so distraught, dog. He was, man. So they get home, Bruce sees what he sees, and boom,
so
man.
Are you going to go into how they caught him?
So, yes.
Okay, because he threw me to a loop by saying Jeff killed him. I'm like,
that's why I wanted to start with that.
I know. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Me neither, dog. I had no clue it would be him. I was shocked. So, man, very little is known why Jeff did what he did. He never has spoken about why he did it. He has never spoken about why he did it. But, it turned out, this is the crazy thing. This is why it's so crazy. So it turns out that all the events that were happening were Jeff. All the events that were happening, dog.
And I'm trying to fathom that because how... So he paid people to do what they were doing.
That's what they're thinking. They're thinking he got people involved because when they're seeing the people outside, then and while he was in the house...
why happened just sitting there eating, look back like...
So I see something out there.
Yeah.
Then I start piecing things together, dog. Okay, so he might have had help, setting up all these elaborate things, and then the story about him being by himself, did that even happen, dog?
What got me was the key. Okay, was she that careless after knowing all this stuff's going on that she's leaving the key here and there to where it's a key pod?
Yeah, it's a key fob. Yeah. And she had 2 of them, and so she had one, but her extra went missing.
Got that
key, and is just making so he was behind all these elaborate things that were going on.
Okay.
So, dog, he turned out to be the strangers, dog. And on the events of where Anna's home by herself, that was probably him trying to unlock the door and scare them and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And that's probably him.
You
He
know.
probably supposed to be working, and this dude's over here at his own house trying to break in, like
Frightening his family.
frightening his family. Okay, so I'm gonna get into why they caught him towards the end, but I was gonna say that a couple things before I get to that.
Okay.
So, like I said, very little is known why, because he's never really spoken about it. There's a theory going on about that the wedding venue, because they were set to get married,
Right.
very close to when he killed Melinda.
So they had enough money already saved up for something. They were starting to get.
Well, that's the thing.
Oh, here we go. See?
Yeah, you're already on it. So that's the thing. So they had a wedding venue coming up that Jeff wasn't going to be able to pay for. And the wedding venue had got in contact with Melinda and said, hey, your son-in-law hasn't paid us. So, like, we're about to cancel your wedding if he doesn't come up with the money. And they're thinking that Melinda confronted him about it, and he just snapped.
Right.
And I guess killed her that
I asked
day.
him, where's the money going that we've either been giving you or you've been
You've
saving?
been here rent-free and all that. And
Right.
Yeah,
Why
for
is this
almost
thing-
2 years
yeah.
now. Why don't you have enough money saved up for your
Right.
wedding? That's a theory. It's never been denied or
proven,
confirmed.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody really knows. One of the guys that I was watching a video on who was doing research on this too, I was checking him out. He's dope, man. He had said that he had spoken to a friend of Jeff, a childhood friend of Jeff,
Okay.
from that town. I guess he had actually reached out
Right.
to that town.
Yeah, as a researcher, yeah.
Yeah, and they said, the guy that he talked to, his contact, said that Jeff loathed Melinda, that he hated her, and that he had started from the day he moved in plotting how he was going to kill her. And that's what pretty much the talk of the town is.
Right.
That's
It's a 2 year. This has been going on for 2 years,
Yeah.
like you said, because
He's
figuring it out. That's not the first person who's done that.
See, so dog, yeah. And so it's looking like, based off of that guy's observation, this is what I'm starting to see. Jeff just did 2 years of planning to kill this woman, and he was doing a bunch of things to make it look like somebody else was going to kill
of
Melinda.
course, yeah.
All these police reports, so it's on file that somebody's trying to break in, and after so long of the police not doing nothing, not finding nobody, if she just pops up dead, then it's them that did it, the strangers.
The strangers, not
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 him.
not family members,
Not family.
Yeah,
And it worked for a little bit, dog.
Right.
It worked for at least a day.
the timeline.
Dude, he pallbeared the funeral. Because the police didn't suspect him right away.
Right.
They're looking at strangers who did
Right.
it. Dog, he was a pallbearer in the funeral.
That's ruthless, dog.
That's ruthless, dog. So check this out. This is how they found out. So, of course, during the investigation, they start searching everything, and then they start looking inward with the family.
Right.
So then they start obtaining warrants to search their cars and stuff like that. And, of course, they all comply. Well, in Jeff's car, they find a blood-stained knife in the back. And when they did DNA test on it, he tried to clean it, but he couldn't clean it fully. On the blade, there was Melinda's blood,
Right.
and on the blade handle, it was
his.
Jeff's DNA.
Right.
And so they, of course, bring him in. They start doing a warrant to search for him, like his parents' property. Well, he had a car, a Buick LeSabre on his parents' property. They went and searched that, and in the trunk they found a gun, a .357 Magnum, and they found blood-stained sweats inside the trunk, hidden inside the trunk. And so right there, and the DNA on it was his on the waistband. This is what's crazy. This is how much it's gotten better, from our previous cases. They found the blood, of course, was tested. It was Melinda's.
Okay.
On the waistband, where you sweat and stuff, it was his DNA. They found his DNA.
Yeah, I'll tell you, touch DNA.
It's crazy, right, dog? And so, sure enough, they had enough, so they arrested him, and he finally confessed to the murders.
Confess?
Yeah, he did confess, but when asked why, he wouldn't speak about it, and he never did. And so currently, he is serving a life sentence with the possibility of parole after 33 years. 33 years.
I hate that, dog. I just listened to a story yesterday, and a lady killed her kids.
Wow.
And after 30 years, she was eligible.
That's crazy.
So she got denied, and now every 2 years,
she goes up for parole.
Every 2 years.
That's ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
You kill your kids, you should just burn in hell.
Exactly.
You burn in hell or die in that prison.
Dude, that's crazy. Go ahead.
And that's it, man. I mean, that's it.
So,
you know, they found out who killed him. Oh, before we end this story, I do want to say something really sad. There's something really sad, dog. So Kyle, because of his mental disability, at the trial, at his sentencing, Bruce and the family got up and he spoke on the stand
of what
to Jeff and told him how heartless of a man that Jeff is, because he said that Kyle was in that home with his mother dying and he didn't know clue. And because of his disability, to this day, he doesn't understand that his mom is dead. And he says that every time they go out to eat, which is Kyle's favorite thing to do,
right?
He says that he just sits and stares at the door, waiting for his mother to come in.
Man, that's cruel.
Ah, dude, that
should be an episode on Evil Lives Here.
Yes, bro.
Because I seen an episode the other day.
Yeah.
On a dude who killed his dad and his stepmom.
Dang, man.
With a baseball bat.
God dang. See,
he's been living in his
crazy.
dad's house for 2 years, and he's like, for 2 years I've been plotting how to kill her because I can't stand her.
That's wild, bro.
And then one day he said, today's the day they're at church. When she comes back, I'm going to kill her. And his dad's like, well, we're going to have to call 911 because you just killed your stepmom. So when the dad went to go grab the phone, he killed him
too.
Yeah.
God.
And then 4 days later they found him. But
yeah.
Wow, that's a good story, man. I mean that's a true crime story, man. That
is a true crime, and it's solved.
I was wondering about the middle daughter. She was away.
I don't know. They never said nothing about her. And I tried to look into. Yeah. I was like, where was that girl in the middle?
That's what I was thinking. Maybe she came back because you didn't mention her at all. I'm like, don't tell me it was the middle daughter, man. Yeah. That came back from college or wherever she was at, and
found her. Yeah.
And found her or killed her. I don't know. I was
That's
like,
right. Dude, that was the weird thing during my investigation. I was kind of looking. I'm like, who is that girl then? Like, who's that girl in the picture? Because they never mentioned. Be another
daughter.
That's what I was thinking.
But they don't mention it at all. She's just in the pit.
I didn't see anything about her. Like while I was doing, I guess in the reports that I was reading of just the crime episode, or like the crime, like in the multiple sources that I've was looking through.
Right.
It never really said anything about that girl, but they all use that same picture. That's why I'm like, or maybe it's just like a family friend, or I don't know. It never said.
She looks like a daughter to me, but I mean, I don't know. I mean,
yeah.
That is crazy though, man.
That's wild, man.
But you got me. The fuck, Jeff?
Jeff?
You know?
My name is Jeff.
Yeah, you got me on that one.
That's wild, right?
Yep.
Dude, I didn't expect
But of course,
Jeff.
every murder is
someone you wouldn't think.
You have to start with the family first. You can't. It doesn't matter how long they've been targeted or
Right.
But you always got to start, and most of the time,
you look in,
especially being stabbed 30-something times. That's personal.
Yeah, that's not like a accidentally or like a you just stabbed her and left one stab wound.
Right.
No, that was personal. That's 37. That means you.
And then shoot him afterwards.
And then
that was personal.
That was personal.
So he had a vendetta against her. And,
he had to have, bro, because
but she was nothing but nice to him comparing to what you
for
read.
What the readings, they were great. They let him move in.
She's the one who said, "Bring him in." So you can save some money.
Yeah.
And I bet you that's what set him off was what he'd be doing with the money for 2 years why
that you can't pay for the wedding, right? Yeah, that's a good theory to me. I think that may be like possible motive. Like maybe she snapped on him, like, hey man, you've been living in my house for 2 years. What are you doing? You're working. Where's your money going? Like that probably could have been a good possible motive. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this is
that was a good one,
to
man.
me to me I can see the inspiration for the strangers, bro. Like in the details.
Of course,
he
wasn't a stranger that killed her.
Right.
But when you have somebody just targeting your house and you're like,
and then you're looking out and you see 4 people standing at the edge of your property, like, shit.
Yeah. I'd have my pistol quick. I'm not.
Yeah. Now
that's what I was like. This guy never went and grabbed a gun and knife or nothing to go outside. Grabbed a flashlight.
Yeah.
Now it makes more sense.
And now you're gonna go out there and confront him with no weapon, and there's 4 of them.
And then you got a dog.
And then let the dog loose.
And first thing, turn that, go. You know?
Let him attack that. Yep.
You know. But so he now
it's making more sense.
We understand why the things he was doing.
Because then
why
they start questioning
why holding the dog back.
Yeah.
You know. Because
now you're questioning, like, did any of it even happen? Like, did anybody else outside of the family? Because do you notice Bruce and Melinda never saw nobody?
Right, never.
Anna's the only one that says that she had saw people, but that was from Bruce telling the cops that. So it could have even been fabricated that Anna even saw anybody. So it's like, at this point, bro, he lied for 2 years, bro, and he was trying to be, and that goes to show, bro. No matter how smart you think you are. Bro, somebody will always outsmart you, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You could think, I'm planning this for 2 years, bro. 2 years.
I mean, as a crime junkie, crime investigator, whatever, I see all the mistakes he made, thinking he was smart. But I see more and more mistakes that he made. I mean, you know, with the knife. Why would you even have
it in your car?
Yeah. Why would you even keep the gun?
The murder weapons.
Or your clothes, you know? I'm not saying I'm a killer or nothing like that, but
you just imagine, like, you've seen enough true crime to be like, bro, all these mistakes they make, like, you would know, like, why would you keep the murder weapon on you, bro? Exactly. Why would you discard of it? And because it was working at first. They didn't even look at you.
They didn't even look at you.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, but then when nothing from the outside makes sense, we got to start from the
inside and work our way out. And they caught him, dog. So, he's serving that life sentence with possibility of parole after 33 years.
That's one thing I don't like is possibility of parole, because become a model inmate, but they also have the opportunity to go in front of the parole board and say, hey, you know, give their reasons why
they should be free.
Yeah, they should. Yeah. Which, the one that I was telling you that I heard yesterday with one of the podcasters is, the dude, the ex-husband. Yeah. He vowed to go every 2 years. He goes, for 30 years we didn't have to think about. He goes, I miss my kids, and they were little, dog. Little, 14 and 3 or something. 14 months and 3 years old, and she ran the car into the river.
That's crazy, dude.
You know, and then she blamed it on the black man.
Really?
Yeah. And it finally came to light, you know, the investigation, and the ex-husband's like, I miss my kids, you know, but for 30 years, you know, I had no reason to worry about this female, but now that it came up,
he's going every year.
Yeah, she got denied, but now every 2 years she goes up by the parole board, and he goes, I'll be there, you know, until the day I die. You know, 'cause I don't
vouching that she don't get out. Yeah. Hell yeah, that's good. He needs to.
You know.
I also got a good segment for you today, man. On today's segment of things that piss me off. I got a good one for you, though.
All right.
Hey, man, you ever been in public, right?
Always.
Yeah, me too. You ever been in public, man, and you see somebody, like, say you're at Walmart, and you see somebody, like, across the aisle, and you just kind of look over, like, who? And then they kind of be like, and you're like, oh. And you wave back, and he be like, no. And look, and then somebody behind you's waving. Man, that pisses me off.
That happened to me the other day.
Yeah, that pisses me. That happened to me the other day, too.
Why would it piss you off?
Because it made me feel embarrassed, dog.
I'm thinking they're waving like this. Hey, what's up? I don't even know you, but hey. And then
I have ADHD, dog. So I replay things back in my mind after I do them. And somebody at the store was like waving, and I'm looking, and I'm like, are they waving at me? And I'm like, and then I look back and they're waving this because somebody from behind walked around.
Right.
They're like, "Hey, what's going on?" They start talking. I'm like, damn. And then I just
they know what they're doing.
My face got hot. Red.
Yeah. See, people know. Why are you going to start waving when you got people in the sight?
In the line of sight. Exactly, bro. That's what pisses me off.
I mean, if I see somebody doing like, what's up? Or, you know, I'm going to do something. I'm not just going to be rude.
That's what I'm saying,
dog. Because I'm thinking it's me.
Exactly.
Doesn't piss me off, but
now that pisses me off. Because in my mind, I'm leaving the store and I'll keep thinking in my head, man, look how dumb I looked. All like, hey, stupid ass dude.
It probably got you on video. Did it on purpose.
That's almost like you go for a
you
high
watching
five.
YouTube videos or you watching TikTok and you, hey, that's me. They got the hell out of me.
Man, dude, that's like if you go for a high five for somebody and they just walk by.
They walk by,
like,
dog.
Give me
I'm like, you just gonna leave me hanging, motherfucker?
Hey, that pisses me off, dog. I hate being embarrassed in public, dog. That's one of the things that piss me off. Because I already got some form of, as crazy as it is to believe, because I'm a very talkative person outside, I do have some form of anxiety socially, like when I get out. And I just don't want to look dumb in public.
I think we all do, dog, in certain circumstances, you know.
Yeah, and I'm a big dude, so like I be pulling my shirt out a lot. Like you can tell,
Well,
that's what fat
they
people
know
do.
Me, I'm over here like this.
That's what fat people do.
I mean, ain't nobody behind me to see the crack, but I don't like my crack to show, man.
Exactly, dog. That's what I'm like. Yeah, that's this week's things that piss me off.
What piss me off is I'm wearing 2X and I need a 3X, but I don't want to go to 3X.
Hey, that pisses me off too, man. You ever gotten ready in the morning and you put on clothes that
don't fit no more, and it's a smooth ass outfit for church.
It's clean.
And I'm like, man, I really can't wear this shirt, man, because
then my sides are sticking out. Oh, that pisses me off, dog.
If you get too close, you might get popped in the eye with a button, dog. I'm trying to hold my breath as long as I can for an hour at church, and I can't. I just ran out of breath now.
Yeah, I just ran out of breath talking. But yeah, them are the things that piss me off, man. I can't stand that, dude.
Yeah, I mean, but you can't prevent that.
I know, but goddamn.
You know, you're just trying to be like social and.
I'm just be trying to be a chill guy, man.
You already know we just a chill dude.
Oh man,
that was good, nephew. That was good.
But yeah, man. Anything you got, man? Anything you wanted to bring to the podcast today?
Not today, man.
Anything you want to speak your mind out about?
Well, I should be having my surgery here soon. I had an exam on my chest today, and the results I got, I haven't seen the doctor yet, but the results I got on my phone was
right.
No problems.
Oh, that's good.
Had me a little scared there for a little bit.
You're a little nervous.
What do you say? They had me scared, but I held my own.
Hell yeah. Had me scared for
pinky, boy.
Bad. Well, man, I guess we had a good closing point.
All right.
Wow, man. Appreciate y'all for sticking around with us for another episode of Late Night Conversations.
Happy with these people, dog.
Hell yeah, man. We love y'all, man. We appreciate all y'all support, man. And, man, until next week, man.
Peace.
Peace.